What's the most NSFW outfit you've seen that someone actually wore to work? Hospice central office. Secretary is looking to catch some doctor. Fishnet stockings. Skirt that shows the bottom of her ass. No underwear. Maybe a G-string. MD comes in and states, what is this, a strip club now? I about fell out of my chair. Docs just give no fucks. Normal people would be like cough cold in here eh? But the doc walks in and is like, ho, you need to change. You look like a slut. Give me the Peterson chart. It's that confidence of knowing that you're by far the hardest person to replace in most work situations. Hard, but not impossible. There are limits. One of the agents I was teaching in a call center wore a dress solo cut and so short that when she moved the wrong way I saw everything. Another girl liked wearing corsets to make her boobs spill out of her shirt, and who does that said inappropriate things like blow me. She couldn't understand why ours kept pulling her in for meetings. Damn it, Meredith. Where are your panties? What? It's casual day. Mechanic wearing flip-flops. That shit ain't safe for work. Not really NSFW, but not really for work either. Had a client coming in, and the office manager told everyone to please dress very nice. A girl came in dressed in her prom dress. Malicious compliance for the win. A girl I knew wore a see-through mesh top to work without a bra in a call center I once worked at. Oddly enough, she wore it about 3 times before she was eventually pulled up about it. Can't think why. 3 more days of this, and I'm gonna get mad. Not my fault this is happening. No tits and ass here, but many moons ago I worked for Royal Mail as a postman. Had a new hire that came into work wearing high heel platform boots. She didn't come back the next day because she didn't seem to understand that those items of footwear are not conducive to the amount of walking posters do, and managed to knacker her ankle. Also complained that carrying bags and putting mail through letterboxes was damaging her nails. Never saw her again. Sometimes you really have to wonder what the fuck goes through people's minds. I worked for an instrument supplier and was installing equipment at a customer site, pharmaceutical company. It was around Halloween and Hugh Hefner had just died. Lots of employees were going around, including in the lab space, dressed like Playboy bunnies. Not that their outfits were that skimpy, especially those who were in labs, but it was still weird seeing a bunch of scientists at work in bunny ears, boaties, and cottontails paying tribute to Playboy. Gender was not specified here, so I'm imagining that all the employees looked like Danny DeVito, but with a lot more body hair. Smoking a stogie. I'm enjoying the mental image. Something my magnum darn. In a fairly formal office, the owner was holding an employee appreciation luncheon. Spouses welcomed. One guy's wife showed up in jeans solo cut. You'd have been able to tell if she had a Brazilian or not, except for the G-string covering the area. She had the body for it, but it wasn't the place to be showing it. Well, did she have a Brazilian? It was more of a Guatemalan. Ay Dios mío. I saw a PA wearing a full-on porn actress schoolgirl uniform and walking up and down the office over and over. All the men were acting like dogs watching tennis on TV. What's a PA? A personal assistant. Like the kind of person who would organize a CEO's life. Oh good. I was thinking physician's assistant lol. Porn actress duh. On Valentine's Day, a new hire dressed like Cupid. He wore a white shirt decorated with red hearts and a white tie with a large heart on the center of it. Then, his pants were also white, but with angels going up and down the legs. Everyone loved it, especially the female employees, but his supervisor told him to go home and change because it was a distraction. You know, it's almost nice to hear a story where a male employee can manage to be a distraction like that. One time I wore a black Hivas shirt instead of the OHSA approved orange or chartreuse Hivas. Nothing happened. How can a black shirt be high visibility? Could have been in a very bright white room. Playboy bunny outfit. I was a server at a semi-nice casual restaurant that was frequented by business people. It was Halloween and we were encouraged to wear costumes. One of our hostesses wore this, and our manager didn't flinch until a customer complained. One butthole always has to ruin casual day at work. A really short purple dress. No bra or panties. Every time she adjusted it you saw everything. Wasn't pretty. Casual Friday got cancelled after that. I knew a dancer who wore a business suit to a gentleman's club once. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty hot look. Glasses and hair up in a tight bun. Glasses off, light on, hair down. We had an intern who wore short shorts to the office one day. They really weren't that bad, but she got sent home. When I worked at a movie theater as a teen, we had a policy you could wear shorts until Meghan wore some pretty short shorts and none of the guys did any work that day. A hentai hoodie. A man of culture. The receptionist at a professional office I worked at thought it was okay to wear an oversized 2-pack t-shirt with no pants and slippers to the office for her first official day. Overall very confusing, because she wore a beautiful outfit for her interview. I'm not a normal receptionist, I'm a cool receptionist. I worked in a very stuffy, old, and famous law firm. Last year on Halloween, a very attractive young female attorney came in wearing a skin-tight black catsuit with cat ears on. It didn't show any skin, but it didn't need to. She was clearly not wearing a bra and her nipples were very visible. So was the fact that she was wearing a lace thong underneath. This was the kind of office where men wore ties every day and women wore skirt suits or pantsuits at all times. Nobody said anything to her as far as I know, but it was whispered about for a while. I try very hard not to sexualize my coworkers, who are all brilliant and accomplished lawyers and not objects of fantasy, but that costume made me ask why not both. I have a similar story, except not so sexy. I used to work in a pretty reputable, internationally known consulting agency. It was Halloween and we were all told not to dress up. We see clients regularly on site and have a formal dress code. I get on the elevator and there is this young girl I work with dressed in an oversized cow costume. She didn't get the memo apparently. Then, it just so happens that the VP also gets on. Nobody says anything, but I could feel her embarrassment the entire elevator ride as this solo cow rides the elevator surrounded by people in suits. Girl where I worked came with a cut t-shirt, showing her side breasts, and wearing no bra. Manager came and told her to go home and get change so she wouldn't catch a cold. One girl wore a pair of black leggings that were so thin you could see the color and pattern of her underwear from 50 feet back. I remember when footless tights, as in pantyhose, were in fashion a while back. It wasn't too rare to see someone who picked up a pair thinking they were opaque leggings. One time this temp wore leggings that were damn near see-through, like IDK if she knew, but her stuff was all out there for people to see. All she was sent home that day and never came back. When I was in college working for our student government, one of my coworkers showed up in tights that were so small you could clearly see every outline of her vagina. Not to be graphic, but she was a small girl with a larger area. There was a lot to notice. Our boss told her to go home and get changed. She got her back up about slut shaming. What preceded was an embarrassing hour-long meeting with her, our boss, the student government president, the dean, our internal ombudsman and legal counsel. Like, on the spot. It was in an office which didn't have good soundproofing, so I heard the whole affair. She sounded willing to concede defeat after 5 minutes, but that shit kept going. I wasn't even involved, nor had to deal with any of it, but listening to it gave me chest palpitations from secondhand embarrassment. I got into a huge argument online years ago about a woman wearing leggings that revealed a large camel toe. Apparently I was judgmental and slut-shaming. No, I just don't want to see your cooch. It's called a vulva ! She wasn't dressing for you. I have one of my own. And I don't care if yours has been featured on the cover of Better Homes and Lady Gardens or Sniz magazine. I really don't need to see it. Not quite the horny response you're looking for, but I think it fits the question. Recently at work one of our vans decided it didn't want to start. It being a brand new Dodge ProMaster, we decided it would be best for the dealership to figure it out. We called and a big flatbed tow truck was dispatched. The tow truck arrived, and the driver hopped out wearing slip-style sandals. I would assume a job where you deal with heavy machinery all day would require boots, but who knows. Fast forward a month and I'm getting gas at the gas station down the street from my office. I look over to the next pump, and who do I see? That same tow truck driver filling up the tank on his tow truck. He was still wearing that same pair of sandals. I left in a hurry after watching him light a cigarette as he pumped his gas. No, that fits perfectly. It's amazing how some people just seem to coast through life on a cloud of dumb luck. One of the older men Getting near 60. Wore short shorts. Some women complained about his varicose veins being unsightly. He was asked to go home and change his knee-length shorts were okay, but not short shorts as stated in the terms of dress down day. His response was to comment about someone's turban not being mentioned in the terms either. He was a team leader. Sir, you can't wear booty shorts. Well then I get to see his hair. Law firm receptionist in a sheer up miniskirt with a thong underneath. This one woman just skipped on panties sometimes. She wore a skirt every day, working in bookkeeping, so people were rarely there, but every once in a while I'd notice, and try not to look. One of our graphic designers showed up to our year-end function wearing a backless form-fitting mini dress, no underwear. She was also a part-time fitness model. At 21 she definitely had the body for it. She caused a few fights between couples when the girls would catch their guys either staring or sneaking peeks. We had a human resources manager that would wear sheer white dress shirts to work. Her nips were dark as heck, and you could see them across the room through the shirt. In the sun, you could almost see through the shirts. This started a few months after the sale of the company to another firm. They moved their own people into top management positions. A month or two into the wardrobe change, the general manager made an inappropriate pass at her. She sued and was awarded close to 10 years worth of her salary. I've told this story before, but it fits. My first job was at Walmart doing stock work. After getting trained in, my boss starts disappearing for longer and longer periods of time, to the point I was running my little area. One day he's gone entirely, and I figure I need a new boss. He shows up next day wearing an American flag bandana, and nothing else. Right before I get to have a chat, 2 police round the corner and off he goes to the drunk tank. I did need a new boss. At least she was prettier. Worked in the Middle East. One of the expat women turned up with both elbows and kneecaps on display, was sent home to change.